Pick nightmares, and I've been tagged in CarnageCandyy's vampire tag. I've kind of been waiting for this, to be honest with you. Vampires aren't exactly one of my favorite um, subgenres of horror, but I do have definite feelings about vampires overall, and I do like some vampire films. So, let's get right into this. What is your favorite vampire film and why? And that would be Subspecies. I think this is a fantastic film. It's gothic, it's cheesy in all the right ways, it oozes 80s. It's just a lot of fun. It's one of those films that I saw on Cinemax, the late night Cinemax, without the skin part, I guess. But one night on a Friday night, I was watching this, and this is just a fantastic movie. And I knew I had to see the rest of them. So that kind of sealed my fate for the whole Subspecies series. But this is definitely my favorite of the bunch. The little minions, they're so cool. Stop motion animation, it's just a really, really cool flick. Question number 2. Are vampires better than werewolves? Now, I answered this question on the werewolf tag. And I do have to stick with my answer. I am a bigger fan of werewolves and werewolf films. Um, but I gotta give the edge again to vampires. I'm gonna be showing a lot of these because this is my favorite series. So, but I think vampires have the edge. I think that they're extremely powerful, and the nighttime basically is theirs. As far as werewolves go, you kind of have, depending on what lore you look at, you know, there's a bit of changing every full moon until the blood moon, or if you're looking at just a complete transformation to the moon. Um, I don't know. It's just they're vicious, but they kind of seem like dumb animals. Where um, vampires seem a bit more intelligent and a bit more powerful. So I definitely have to still give the edge to vampires, but I am a bigger werewolf fan though. Question 3. Who is the most brutal vampire ever put on film? Radu from Subspecies. Like I said, I'm going to be showing a lot of these because this is absolutely my favorite vampire series. I hope I'm not boring you guys, but I just think he's brilliant, and he actually um, killed his father and his brother. I think that makes him pretty darn brutal. Um, so there's that question. Question number 4. My favorite vampire transformation. And this will probably surprise a lot of people, and it's not something I like to do generally. When I have a question and I don't have the film, um, I kind of tend to shy away from it, but this is an honest answer, and it is Once Bitten with Jim Carrey. Um, the basic premise is he's a virgin, and Lauren Bacall plays the vampire, and she has to drain the blood from his groin. I believe it was 3 separate times, and she gets like the first one, and he changes a little bit, and then she gets the second one, and he changes a little bit more. It's like at first he's sleeping in trunks and eating raw meat and draining the blood from ground beef and drinking it like juice in the morning. And of course, the second time, his hair's all slicked back and he's pale as a ghost, and he can't stand the sunlight. And I'm not going to say anything more about what happens in it, in case people haven't seen it. But it is a really funny movie. But it's not stupid. I think it's clever. So anyway, that's my answer for question number 4. Question number 5, once again, is something I don't have the actual film for, but the silliest and worst vampire movie ever made. This will have to go to Vampire's Kiss with Nicolas Cage. I cannot stand that movie. I'm not the biggest Nicolas Cage fan, granted, but oh my lord, his acting is just so terrible in this. He puts on this almost like a sophisticated act, but with a kind of like a valley sort of accent to him. I don't know. It's hard to explain. You'd have to see it. But I did watch the whole thing, but I had a really, really hard time getting through it. So, I'm trying not to be too long-winded here. Question number 6. What is the best vampire parody? Again, I don't have the movie for this, but I'm going to go once again with Once Bitten. It's just a lot of fun. It's silly, but it's clever. It's just fun. It's just a fun film all the way around. Question number 7. The first vampire film that I ever saw. We are going to go with Bela Lugosi and Dracula. Just a fantastic film. Something I like to revisit at least once a year, usually around Halloween. But just a great film. And question number 8. Who is your favorite vampire, real or fictional? Well, I kind of don't believe there are real vampires. I believe there are people, I guess, that try to do the things that vampires do, I guess, like drink blood and all that, but it just doesn't seem possible to me. So I'm going to go with a fictional one. And once again, it's going to be Radu. I definitely urge people to try and check out these movies. They are budget limited. I will say that instead of saying low budget. They are budget limited, but they are such good films. And I mean, he is just one of my favorite actors, the guy that plays Radu. So, but I have had a great time doing this. Again, subscribe to Carnage Candy. She is the one that originally came up with this tag. I will put her in the description box below, her link. And I am going to tag 2 newer friends, since most of my other friends already got tagged. So I'm going to tag Dave Maggot and Strange Monkey. And I will put their link in the description box below. If you like what you see and hear, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.